This is Sam Logue here for Green Blood Boxing. I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by Tyrone McKenna, the mighty Celt. Good
No
man,
problem.
Tyrone. Thanks very much for joining me.
No problem.
How are you getting on, man? I mean, it's lockdown. It's tough for everyone, but how are you managing it?
Yeah, it's just boring doing the exact same thing every day, all day. You get up, and it actually just feels like an actual boxing camp, because this is exactly what boxing is. You get up and you do the exact same every day. You have your breakfast, you go training. I have like a gym in my garage, so go training, then I chill out, have my lunch, and then I go training again. And so basically like that, and you just watch a lot of TV. It's really a training camp, but I'm missing obviously being with my coach and being with the lads and
Yeah.
sparring. Again, that's stuff you really need. So yeah, I'm getting on all right, but it's a bit boring.
Yeah, so
And
like,
the thing I'm hating is the not knowing when your fight's going to be or when it's going to be over and stuff. So it's a bit frustrating as well.
I suppose that seems to be like one of the main differences between, because the isolation element is maybe similar or the same to like if you're in fight camp, but there's no goal, there's no end
Yeah.
goal as such. There's no fight to aim at.
It's sometimes hard to get motivated as well for it. You're like, will I go and do 10 bags or will just do 6 because when I'm fighting? But
Yeah.
I'm trying to, because I'm one of the lucky ones that has a fight when I come out of this, a big fight. So
Yeah, 100%.
I'm just hoping that it won't be too far away after because I'm in a good role. I've had 2 good wins, and now I want to get to the finals as quick as possible because I believe I'm feeling good and I'm looking good.
100%. Is there have MTK kind of been in touch with any kind of proposed dates? Or I know everything's still a little bit up in the air, but
Well, I keep on asking because I need to know, like, you need to know for weight and stuff.
yeah,
But you need like 10 weeks at least. So I've been asking them, and saying, look, they're trying to maybe get something sort of back in July or
yeah,
August, but they don't know when this virus is gonna go away. So don't really know when you will be allowed to have shows again. So I don't know.
this is the problem, isn't it? This is exactly the issue.
I'm semi worried that my show is going to be July, which is great, but it's going to be closed. It's going to be a closed show. And I'm a man that fights with his fans. Like when I get hurt, I need my fans to push me on and fuck me.
Yeah,
So it's going to be weird if it's a studio show and there's no one there.
yeah, like it's just your team, only a few people. It'll be a very strange encounter. And that's the thing. Actually, I was thinking about that for like you were watching the likes of Eddie Hearn talk about the possibility of these studio shows and stuff, and you're thinking it could be good for some fighters, but this could be very bad for some fighters. It could lead to slip ups. It could lead to upsets.
It's like being in a spar. Some people don't spar well, but they fight well. Some people
Exactly.
spar better than the fight. So it just depends on the fighters. But Pete Taylor's seems a bit happy that if I'm fighting in a studio because he thinks I just get more because of the crowd and I play to the crowd. So he's like, maybe this is a blessing in disguise because I spar completely different than a fight. So
Yeah.
he, enough.
I mean, we know that when you fight, you tend to get into tear-ups, don't you? When you obviously have, especially for 140, you've got so many advantages. You're really tall, that long southpaw style, but you love a tear-up. I mean, I see it definitely makes sense where Pete's coming from, that perhaps it would allow you to not get drawn into the emotional side of it and to maybe be a little more focused and just to stick to the plan, jab, move. And
I can see where he's come from, because when I do spar, and I spar much better fighters than I'm actually fighting, and I spar brilliantly, and I don't get caught as much. I don't feel like see sometimes when I'm fighting, if I'm standing there for 5 or 10 seconds and nothing's happening, I'm thinking to myself, this is boring as fuck. People are paying their money to get entertained, so I may go do something. But if it's a spar and there's 10 seconds of nothing, I'm like, sweet, it's going to be an easy enough round, just picking the shots and stuff. So
that's interesting. That's interesting you say that. So where do you think then you draw the line between like as you say there, in the fights, you're conscious of the crowd and that the paying public, and you want to put on an entertaining fight, and maybe that affects what you actually do in the fight. But where's the line between that and the importance on that, and then the importance of actually winning the fight? You know what I mean? And progressing on. Like say, it could be the difference between maybe touch wood getting knocked out or not. You know what I mean? You engage that one extra time, you get clipped, maybe you lose a fight, you get knocked out. You don't get to European world level at the rate you're looking to go at, or you know what I mean? You don't get where you're looking to go because of maybe setbacks that happen because of that mentality. So where do you think the line is in the middle
For me,
there?
I honestly just believe I like boxing's entertainment. It's not people don't. If you ask any boxing fan in the world, none of them will. A very small minority of people will say that they love watching like them boxers that don't throw much punches. They just slip everything and throw one or two punches around when the fight that way, the boring way.
Yeah.
But most people in the world are going to say they love Mexican style tear-ups, and I love to be known as one of the kind of fighters that goes in and entertains. And you know, as soon as you see Tyrone McKenna on the poster, you're in for a treat. Everyone's going to tune in and know Tyrone McKenna is going to be a tear-up. He blocks his face and he fires those punches. So I love it.
Yeah.
I love that. But then sometimes you do, especially in this tournament, I figured that out. The quarter final I went out and I went, right, it's going to be a normal. I'm going to go have a war. And I went out to have a war, and the second round I got caught a body shot.
Yeah.
And I backed off and I went, fucking hell. And I fought my way through it. And after that, I just said to myself, I want to get to the next round. I want to get, you double your money getting in the semis and double your money getting in the final. So I just thought to myself, it doesn't matter if you entertain anyone here because you've already got that big fight next.
Yeah.
Normally I'm entertaining people so I get fans and people want to see me fight again, a big name. But now I know where I'm at because I've got a tournament. I have to fight such and such. It doesn't matter if I'm born or I'm not born. So in that fight, I thought to myself, let's make it boring and stand off more and box. And I did box. And I boxed brilliant that night. But
Yeah, it
after
was a good performance for sure.
that, I felt a bit disappointed. So I was just like, no cuts, no bruising. I just sat there and I don't even feel like I fought tonight. I didn't even feel that happy. I was just like, a guy that loves wars.
Absolutely, yeah. And if we didn't know it already, we definitely know now after that. I mean, I do think it's really interesting because it's like you said there. I mean, you got hit there and you were like, well, I need to get through. And then the things like the money become important. And so that's kind of what I was getting at as well. Like where does it become, well, I need to get through because I need to get more money. You know what I mean? Like it's all well and good entertaining the fans, and that's actually amazing. But personally for you, I mean, I'm sure your goals are a lot higher than in terms of actually achieving in the sport. Your goals have got to be. I mean, I'm sure your goal is to be world champion, right? So
yeah, it is. But I'd rather be it sounds stupid, or I don't know if it sounds stupid, but I'd rather be a world champion that everyone loves watching fight than a world champion, a two-weight world champion that everyone goes, oh, there's Tyrone McCann on, we'll flick the station.
okay,
I'd rather be tuned in to watch entertainment. I
yeah,
knew I was entertainment. I like being known as an entertainer.
yeah, 100%. So you'd rather have a bit more risk involved, but
Yeah.
be entertaining than kind of coast and maybe be a little bit more boring. Yeah, but that's actually refreshing, to be fair. It's nice to hear that because at the end of the day, that's what we want as fans. We want to watch good fights. We want to watch fighters who want to fight.
I'm 6'1". I could bore the life out of everyone and not do anything. But
Yeah.
it's so boring. Like even for me, it's boring. So I don't want to watch it. So I don't want to be involved in it.
Yeah, that's fair as well. And that's again, it's nice to hear. I suppose it's kind of refreshing because it's it's a bit more. It's probably a bit more of a down to earth approach. It's a bit more of like you're not just the fighter. I'm going to be world champion. It's like, well, I'm a fan as well, and I wouldn't want to watch that. So I'm not necessarily
Exactly.
gonna fight like that. Yeah, that's fair, man. No, and it's an interesting point. But come here. I'll tell you what. One thing I was gonna kind of speak to you about was your kind of setup at home now. How's training? How's life at home? I know you have kids.
Yeah.
How's it all working together at the
I see
moment?
at the start. Right. So when this happened, I went, this will be 2 or 3 weeks, and we'll just be in lockdown for 2 or 3 weeks, and everything else will be open again.
Yeah,
So I wasn't really worried. It was kind of eating shit, going for runs, because I'd only just fought
yeah, of course.
3 weeks before this happened. So I was just going to go back down to Dublin, so it was, and then it's all happened. I think it's 4 weeks actually, and so I said, fuck it, I'll still relax. I'll eat a bit of shit, and only go for runs. But then the longer it went on, 2 weeks passed, and the harder there were going to be more and more pushbacks. So I just said, fuck it. So I bought myself a boxing bag. I bought myself I don't know why I bought it, because I'll only have it for like 3 weeks. I bought myself like a $2,000 fucking gym. There's all fucking spin bag, fucking weights, all in the big bars and weights. So
The
I
works.
really, I thought to myself it would last for another 4, 5, 6 weeks. So I said, fuck it, I may just get in serious nick.
Yeah,
And so I bought everything. I've got all the weights and all that shit's coming next week. So
lovely.
once that comes, I'll have everything. It'll be
Brilliant.
fine. The only, as I say, I miss is the one-to-one time with Pete and the sparring. But
Yeah.
it's good to have my kids with me. I rarely would see them, and like I would see them at the weekends only, mostly. And now I'm with them every day. We're playing outside every day. We're going walks and stuff, and it's nice to do that, and like cooking family meals together and stuff. So it's
Yeah,
completely different. It's nice to have that. And then obviously with the missus, we're training together every day.
that's
Well,
cool,
I'm
man.
making it train. She doesn't even want to train. She's hating it. She's hating life. But yeah, it's something different. I'm learning. I'll just flip this over. I'm learning the bass guitar and everything.
Nice one, man. Sweet. That is cool. I play.
Yes, man.
I tap away on the drums a little bit as well. It's nice to have that bit of musical influence.
So,
That's
well,
quality. How are you getting on with it?
this is
How are
my
you getting?
man cave.
Oh,
Oh,
class. Give us a look, yeah.
okay. Well, I like it. It's got everything you need. There's the wee drink cabinet. But
That's quality,
I
man. Yeah, it's a nice place to have to get away, I suppose. Learn your bass guitar. How are you getting on with the bass guitar? That's interesting, man.
I don't know. I'm flying, but it started at like I've went up today, and the new lessons that we're getting are 10 times harder than the previous ones last week. So
Yeah,
it's getting hard. It's getting tougher.
that's
But
quality. We'll have to hear you play that now one of the days. No, that's cool, man. It's a nice little place as well. I suppose it's nice to have that area to kind of to come and chill out and just get away a little bit because training, isolation, it can be a bit. I think for everybody, it can be a bit tough, can't it? So it's nice to have that space that's maybe yours, and you can just spend an hour, 2 hours on your own,
I've
fiddling
got a
away with
good
your bass guitar.
I'm lucky I've got a good wee setup in my house.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Obviously, not everyone is as fortunate to have that kind of setup, but yeah, definitely lucky. Um, how's the structure of your training at the moment? I mean, obviously you're not with Pete at the moment, but are you doing this? Are you Zoom calling? Are you video chatting?
So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'll be doing bag sessions out there, but he sent me like instructions for every bag session, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays I do the YouTube live with him. He does that every day, but I just do it Tuesdays and Thursdays with him, and then obviously go 5K runs every day, and then it turns out I done one football club. I done their under 14s and under 16s like we session. So
Yeah.
we like 40-minute session on a Monday, and then next thing, fucking every football club in North of Ireland fucking messages me, asking me to do a session for them. So it seems I'm the PT for under 16 people. But
That's
I like
quality.
it because it gets me to do something. Like I'd done that session there, and then I would do a 5K straight after, and then I wouldn't do anything else. But now to have the football clubs come and ask me to do a 30-minute, 40-minute like circuit classes, I'll do that every day as well. So
Yeah,
good.
that's class. And I suppose as well as any kind of physical activity that brings, it keeps you busy, doesn't it? It keeps your mind ticking over. It gives you something to focus on, which is really important in these times now.
It's easy to get like unmotivated and lazy in this kind of time because there's nothing to look forward to. You don't know, you're unsure about the future or what's going to happen. So
Definitely.
it's the most important time to get a routine going and get. Because see if you don't have a routine, the first week or two, I didn't have no routine. I just lying on that sofa, bored old bollocks, eating shit, barely training. And I just like, I need to get out of this. I need to have a routine. And I just
100%. I think
really
a lot of people can relate to that as well. Like I went through the same thing. Like I was only trying to get this channel kind of up and running, you know, in the first couple of months of this year, and then this hit, and it was a bit of a setback, you know. And then I kind of sat back and didn't really do anything. And I think I have a lot of friends, a lot of people are kind of just sitting back, and you have to kind of get up and force yourselves. Like, right, I need to make myself do something here.
I write a list every night for something to do the next day. Like every 2 hours, I have something else to do, just to get the day in, and then 7 o'clock, and the kids are in bed, and I'll just chill out. But if you don't have that, I'll not do it. I'll not do anything unless it's written down.
That's a really good idea, actually. So if anyone watching this, maybe it's a bit of a tip, like writing stuff down, give yourself an actual plan to follow. That's really good, man. One thing that we know you are is you're a joker, you're a personality, and so the first part of this question is, you probably, I would assume you miss the gym quite a lot, right? Because it's a big group of lads. It seems to be a really good. I've been in the gym. I've spoke to like Declan Geraghty and Stephen Ormond, of course, is not one of the fighters in the gym, but is obviously knocking around the gym, coaching and stuff. The guy, obviously, the camaraderie in the gym, the banter, etc., must be really good. It must be something you miss.
Yeah, big time. Like obviously, I love to feed off other people for most of my jokes. Me and Tyrone McCullough flat out messing about with each other and putting pranks on each other and stuff. So I'm sitting in this house. I think it was someone last week said, "Fuck, your Instagram's not as crazy as it usually is." And I said, "There's not, like, I'm bored of Alex. There's nothing to do. Get hard prank with him." I actually called one of my kids last week and poured water over him when he walked in the room, you know, behind the door. And he started crying. I was like, I can't put that up. But
oh no,
I've been trying to prank and trying to entertain myself, but no, you need the lads around you. And just miss that.
I suppose you probably need Tyrone McCullough. Like he seems to be like a brother to you almost. I mean, what we see online and what we see from different interviews that you've done, it seems that you guys are like really, really close. So are you missing Tyrone?
Yeah, 100%. I'll say like we do like this kind of thing, talk away on house party. It's called on a house party up.
Yeah.
So we just mess about on that and then talk away on that and shit. But it's not the same. It's a lonely game, fucking being in here.
100%.
But it's different as well. At least I have my kids and my missus. He is no one. He must be sitting in the house bored of Alex.
Yeah, that's right. And actually, just popped into my head, Tyrone is a nurse, right? He's like a qualified nurse, right?
Yeah.
A mental health nurse. He's not actively working at the moment or anything, is he?
You have to review or renew your PIN every year.
Okay.
And he hadn't. He hadn't picking off. He didn't do it. So.
Okay. I remember seeing that. Obviously not too long ago that he was like actively working. So fair play, but he's not. He's a bit safe. He's not gonna contract the virus, hopefully. But what then? I want to actually expand a little bit on your relationship with Tyrone McCullough, because it is something we see you guys messing around. The Tyrone Olympics is something that I definitely wanted to touch on, because I remember when I saw that. I think you may have done an interview with IFL, I think, and I saw that and I laughed for a long time. Like, I thought it was such a good idea. And I know, like, the tattoo you've got on your arm. I don't know if you want to show us the tattoo, if you can.
It's on my leg. I can't even get it. Oh, can't.
Is it on your leg?
Yeah, it's on my leg. 2 seconds.
Fair play to you, man. That's exceptional.
No, it is. I actually like my tattoo. Like you're nuts, and I like Alex is actually pretty good tattoo. My missus, my missus is reason she's been at me for years. Get a tattoo because I've got a tattoo from my daughter and my son and stuff.
Yeah.
Like something that means like my son loves dinosaurs, so I have a dinosaur tattoo. Blah blah blah. So she was badgering me all the time. Get a tattoo, meaningful for me, and I was like, nah, nah. And then one day I came home with a picture of Tyrone McCullough getting a burrito, just fucking hit the roof.
Oh, I wouldn't say that was a good day for you, man. It's this kind of stuff that we like to see. You know what I mean? It's that kind of like that kind of messing. You are messers like, and that's I think one of the most what am I trying to say? Like it's one of the things that draws people to yourself, you know, and Tyrone McCullough as well. I mean, I suppose that kind of leads on to something that I think is an interesting point. How much do you think? How important is that in your career? You know, you guys are kind of you're messing in front of the cameras. You're coming into press conferences dressed as Dumb and Dumber. You know, having sword fights with canes. How important is that for your career? Because obviously it gains following and it gains interest and it makes you likable as well. So if you want to speak to that a little bit.
See, a lot of people say, "Ah, you love to play up to the cameras, you and Tyrone McCullough," and I love it. But see, the thing is, see, if you knew us on the Irish team when we were 16 and 15 and 17, no one would come near us because we were fucking tortured. We were managers. The first year of being on the Irish senior team, the whole team hated us because like Kenny Egan walked through the doors. The first time I ever met Kenny Egan, I was the window above the door where you walk in. I got a bottle of water and poured it over his head. I'd never met the guy in the world. He was just back from the Olympics and looked up. You fucking rat! I'm gonna strangle you. And then Carl Frampton, I toothpasted Carl Frampton's shoes. And Tyrone McCullough toothpasted Eamon O'Kane's shoes. Well, who we thought was Eamon O'Kane's? And it turned out they're both Carl Frampton's pairs of shoes. And he went fucking nuts. But there's all that kind of stuff. And the team wouldn't invite us anywhere. Like they were going to cinema, they would invite us to cinema. They hated us. They used to punch the head of us in sparring, like take it easy on each other and punch the head of us. But we loved them, and didn't give a fuck. Like they were hated, and then they started loving us because they realized they were just fucking messers.
Yeah.
But we've always been like that before the cameras, before we were pro and stuff. So when we turned pro, everyone going, you're doing the right thing, playing up to the cameras and stuff. But that's genuinely not why we do it. We just do it because we love it, and it's just coincidence that now we have cameras to do it in front of.
Yeah.
People are actually seeing what we actually get up to. But there's plenty of stuff we do during the day that we can't put on camera or put on Instagram. So, like, I don't know. It does get you good following. People love it. People do follow us just not even boxing fans, solely just because they love the medicine.
Yeah.
So, but it is good. I think it is. You need a personality in boxing. You need something that people can relate to and people want to follow you for, not just boxing, because you only fight 3 times a year, so people don't want to see you hitting the like on your Instagram story, you punching the bag, you punching the pass, because who wants to see it? Like it's boring. They want to see you throw a bottle of water over Tyrone McCullough's head or steal Paddy Barnes watches or whatever.
That is, it's a good point. Like, and I was gonna actually expand a little on it. We actually touched on it. It's none of it is fabricated. Like it is entirely. It's honest. It's genuine. Like you're not trying to play up as such to the camera. Okay, you have some ideas that you think this would be funny.
Yeah.
You know, cameras are going to be there, but you're just doing it because it's entertaining for you guys. Like, and that's nice. Again, that's kind of another refreshing thing, which is. And I think it makes you endearing to the fans, you know, because they do see that it's not just an act, you know. Yeah. These guys are just messers and they're gas, like, you know what I mean?
You got any of our teammates that we've been with, or any coaches or anything, they just think we're maniacs and the stuff that we're doing. So it's just us.
So touch on the Tyrone Olympics first then. Obviously we've hit a bit of a stumbling block here. You haven't
Yeah.
done it yet, right? So
Okay, we've done a bit of it. So we just had started. We got our cameraman down, Ali McKenzie, and we just started. We've done, I think, the first two things, and
okay,
then we're going to put out two like challenges and two forfeits a week, and then do 3 weeks worth of it.
that's
So
class.
we've done the first two, and we've done the first two forfeits, and then this came about, and we didn't want to release that one without the rest. So
Yeah, you want some momentum with it, yeah.
the first one was, the first two were fucking brilliant too. Like
Can you tell us what they were?
yeah, well, see, the first one was only, it wasn't even that bad. The challenge was 10 questions. Who gets the most questions right wins. But the forfeit, and taking men, we were hungover to fuck at this. And this is 11 in the morning. We're hungover, and the forfeit was 6 shots of vodka, 6 shots of raw vodka down. And I mean, I've never seen Tyrone McCullough be sick more in his life. It's fucking disgusting.
Oh no.
He got the first one down, and he went for the second one. Before it touched his mouth, we're just sick, just flying out of his mouth, and it's fucking disgusting.
Oh no. Oh man, I can't wait to see this.
we were in the house because Ali McKenzie said, "Look, it has to be an all-day thing, so I'm coming down at 10 a.m. and Tyrone McCullough lives in Derry." So I said, "Tyrone, you may stay in my house. He's the room in my house." I
Yeah.
said, "You may come to my house and stay over." And he's like, "No, because we'll end up going out on the rip." I said, "Well, we'll definitely not. We'll be fresh for the fucking Tyrone Olympics." He said, "No, I want to be fresh. We'll definitely go out." And he said, "No, we won't promise." They came down, and then lo and behold, we went out in the rip, and fuck me, hung over the Alex the next day.
Yeah, it's like you both know what's going to happen, and I'm sure you even knew when you were saying, "No, we won't go, we won't go." You were like, "Oh, we're definitely going to go, but it'd be good fun."
Me and Tron are a toxic relationship, and we both know it, but we enjoy it. We enjoy the toxicness of
That's all that matters, man. You know what I mean?
it.
It's fun for us to watch, at least, right? I suppose it'd be a little bit of miss, not to push on and speak a little bit about your last fight.
Yeah.
I have a few other things I wanted to ask you, but and we'll hit that. Hopefully, we've a little bit more time left. But basically, obviously, the last fight was against Mohammed Mamoon, semi-final of the Golden Contract Tournament. Obviously, you won your quarterfinal against Mikey Saki, which you touched on earlier. But the last fight was unfortunately kind of covered in controversy. A lot of people ringside thought that you lost the fight. It was a close fight. What do you think now, looking back at the fight? I'm sure you've watched it since, and you've kind of emotions have calmed down, and you're kind of out of the moment. What do you think going in, or what do you think looking back at it? I should say.
I just think the slating and what the abuse I'm getting after is very unjust and unfair. I trained my body off for 12 weeks. I went through all the dieting, made the weight, got my head pumped in all through camp to get prepared for this fight.
Yeah.
I drew the high favourite, the world ranked. He's unbelievable, Mamoon.
Yeah.
I went in and I got 10 rounds of a war. Some people saying like fight of the year, like Billy Joe Saunders said, could be one of the fight of the year. Peter Fury thought it was unbelievable. There was loads of people saying it was an unbelievable fight, which is ruined by people slating and people giving me shit for I go out there and I have one job. I'm not a judge, I'm not a referee, I'm not a coach.
100%.
I'm a boxer. I'm there to entertain people. That's my sole purpose, is to go and entertain. And I believe we went out and I laid it all out with the sleeve. I gave it a ring of cool, and fortunately, I got the win. I think people are watching the fight and they're seeing Mamoon in round 6, or maybe it was round 7, 8, and 9. He dominated, and he really did. Like, I didn't do much in rounds, and he did unbelievable. He was world class. But at the end of the day, it's 10-9 rounds though, and the first 6 rounds, 5 or 6 rounds, could have went either way, and fortunately, they went my way.
Yeah.
So
I see exactly what.
I won by a small margin in each round that I won, and he dominated a few rounds. They're thinking, he won the fight, but you can't go like that. It's not boxing. I'm not a judge. I'm there to entertain, and I done my job. I entertained everyone.
Definitely. And I think just to touch on, you were saying about the criticism, I think that is completely unfair, and that's not that's just from an objective point of view. That's not, it's not fair that you would be criticized by the fans, because, as you said, you can't control the result of the fight regardless of what it was. You went in and gave your everything, as did Mohammed Mamoon, and the result was what it was. So criticism on you for the result is a bit bizarre, and it's completely unjustified. And I agree with you on that one. Like, that's not nice.
The whole way through during it, because I've read some of the tweets and some of the Instagrams and the commentary and stuff. They're all praising Tyrone McKenna's fucking brilliant. He's give it everything and all this shit. And then as soon as he get beat, Tyrone McKenna's a fucking joke. He's a rat and all this shit. Like, fuck me, what do you want? Same people call me great, but because I got the decision, I'm a fucking rat.
Here's a question for you. Given what you just said, which I think exemplifies how fickle the sport can be. Fans and pundits as well can turn on a coin. From day to day. So that, the juxtaposition, I suppose, of that with your ideology of fighting for the fans, entertaining the fans. I mean, how do they balance? Because it is a fickle sport. I mean, sport at the top level is fickle most of the time, but boxing is very fickle. So how do you kind of deal with that?
A lot of people would say the fans only remember the result; they don't remember the fight. Yeah. So it doesn't matter what way you buy. Like, a lot of people always say, "Why are you getting in the wars?" No one even remembers you in the wars. They remember that you won the fight, and that's it. At the end of the day, and it's true, and it does get you progressing. But I don't know, I like waking up with 2 swollen eyes and a broke bone and thinking to myself, that was an unbelievable fight last night, and everyone texting you going mad. So I don't know. I probably play too much to the fans, but I love the fans the same day, same breath, and I do it all for the fans. Like, that's what annoys me. Fans turning against you for no reason, when I'm all solely for the fans. I'm not for myself. I could make fights going and easy and win, but I'm for the fans, and I love the fans, and I play up to the fans, and the fans are what makes this sport great.
Exactly, and I suppose that's what I was kind of trying to hit on, was the fact that you do that for the fans and continue to do it for the fans. When you get that when you get the negative comments, and when you see the fans being fickle and changing and going against you, then how do you deal with that? How do you feel about that? Because that's obviously
I proper beat myself up with it. Like, because I am a man for the fans, to see the fans react like that, it really does annoy me. Yeah. But at the end of the day, the ones that are going on, you have to realize the ones going on Twitter or Instagram or YouTube and saying shit I don't even think they're real fans on it. But no one's going to go on. Seeing internet is good for one thing, and that's trolling people and abusing people. Getting away with it because you're not face to face. People don't generally go on and say nice things about you. They generally go on and say shit because they can, and they're bored, and they're not true fans. They're just keyboard warriors that like to put people down. And so at the end of the day, you have to. The more that happens, obviously the more popular it will become, because everyone's talking about you.
That's the other side of it as well. Yeah, I mean, the more hate you get, the kind of the bigger profile you have, which is, I suppose, you have to be able to take the positives out of that as well, and kind of, like you said, if they're not real fans, those fans, and you got to ignore that and just kind of move on and fight for the fans who are real fans. But I'll move on then again. I want to kind of touch a little bit on, we'll wrap it up soon. I appreciate your time again, man. We'll talk a little bit about kind of the Irish scene and also 140, which is your weight class. So I just have a few questions here that I want to kind of try and get through reasonably quick. So what fighter do you think has done the most for Irish boxing? If you had to pick a fighter over the last, I mean, ever, if you want, but I suppose of more current times, who do you think has done the most?
It's hard to say. Like Carl Frampton or Katie Taylor or Buchanan are doing massive things right now. But
yeah,
I mean, one of my favorite fighters growing up was Andy Lee. So
yeah,
I loved him today. He really brought his generation brought Irish amateur boxing really high. I don't know. It's just, there's good few fighters, but probably at the minute, Carl Frampton is probably doing the most.
yeah.
McConnell as well. Belfast is just legends. It's just full of legends in Belfast. But then again, there's Katie Taylor, who's a world superstar. She's unbelievable. She's a legend. She's the nicest girl you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
So it's hard to pick one, but boxing really is taking off in Ireland.
Yeah.
It's sort of Ireland used to just be amateur in the head. Like they didn't think no one talked about pro ever.
Yeah.
And when I was in the Irish team, it was all just about everyone knew everything about amateur. And we were getting to be one of the best in the world at the amateurs because we're so concentrated on amateur. We weren't thinking about professional. All our great fighters stayed on until they were about 30, 32 because there was no professional platform for them.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of changing that Carl Frampton turned pro and then he started doing well and everyone started seeing it. So started going, oh, let's turn pro. Mick Cannon, Paddy Barnes, me, everyone started turning pro like crazy. And now you can see amateurs slipping a bit because their talent has turned pro at 23, 24. And then because they're wanting to get that notoriety and all that, the paydays and stuff.
Money, as well, yeah.
So now pro boxing in Ireland just going to get massive because we're a talented fighting country. And we normally just stuck to the amateur and that's why you wouldn't see any professional Irishmen winning much. But now there's such a big platform for professional boxing that all the cream of the crop of the Irish amateur talent are going to turn pro early and we're going to be a force to reckon with soon.
I think so as well. I think so. And there are some, and that actually segues very nicely into the next question. Who do you think is one to watch coming from Ireland at the moment? But you can pick a couple of fighters because there's actually a few, to be fair. But who in your eyes?
Paddy Donovan's. I've sparred him recently. He's very, very good. Gary Cully and Sean McComb. I mean, everyone wants them two to fight now. There's quite a few. Pierce Leary. I've only watched him once, his last fight, and he was lethal his last fight.
Yeah, he looked brilliant in his last fight. He really did.
I mean, there's Kevin Haynes, looking brilliant. Else? There's plenty, but but probably them. They're probably the cream of the crop.
And who do you think is leading the way? Who do you think, apart from yourself, of course, who do you think is maybe the best fighter, or in your eyes, kind of the leading man or lady?
Well, I've already said it, that Carl Frampton and McConnell and Katie, but Carl Frampton's obviously dwindling the end of his career, so I think McConnell's going to be stepping into his place soon, and he's going to be the main man of Ireland. And then there's plenty coming up, like Jono and Tennyson.
Jono was one I was going to talk about. Tennyson, I think they're probably two of the next two. Tennyson obviously is a quiet lad. I mean, he's a knockout machine, and he's amazing to watch. It's ridiculous. Like, he's touching guys and they're just going to sleep. It's ridiculous. But Jono obviously has, he's got a nice style, but he's loud, he's brash, he's and he enjoys it as well. Like, he's a bit of a messer as well. He just loves talking, like, and you can kind of see that. Do you see the likes of maybe John O'Carroll being one that can kind of help to bring Irish boxing on to hold.
I think he is already. I mean, as you say, he's loud and everyone. Oh, sorry, he's loud and everyone knows who he is, and he has a swagger about him and a style about him that everyone likes, and he's a cocky guy, but he can back it up with how good he is. I mean, he showed you last fight against Scott Quigg. He's unbelievable, and he's a very dedicated guy and a funny guy. Like I used to train with him for I think it was a year and a half, 2 years, and he's a legend. So he's a very nice person.
Yeah,
and,
he seems a lovely guy.
I think, and even just not like people that have that big amateur career, like he didn't. He had no amateur career. He started amateur when he was 15 or something. He barely done anything. He went over to Australia and didn't do much. So for him to be where he is now, I think that gives a lot of inspiration to people that are late starters. And he is a guy that you can warm to Ireland and warm to and get behind and he's kind of like me, just a loud funny guy who loves to fight, who loves to entertain. Like he always says it, but he loves entertaining people, and he does go out to just entertain. His style is based on entertainment, and so is mine. And he's a lovable guy.
Definitely. I think like he's definitely one of the guys that the Irish public could definitely get behind. Obviously, if we can try to grow everything together, the media can get on board and try to grow it again, so that we can actually shine some light on professional boxing in Ireland again. That would be obviously amazing. But we'll just push to one or two more questions, Tyrone. Who do you think is currently the best promoter? You can go kind of UK Ireland scene, or you can go world, or you can go both. It might be a tough question for you to answer, so you can go roundabout if you want. But I mean, obviously,
well,
what do you think?
MDK, without doubt, are the best management and promoters out there at the minute. They're doing unbelievable small hall shows and stuff like that. And then you've got obviously Eddie Hearn dominating the world at the minute, doing the zone and Matchroom. And I don't know, he gets a bad touch. Everyone seems to say shit about him, but I love Eddie Hearn. Like he's a funny guy.
I think he's hard not to like. He's endearing, isn't he? Like he's
just having fun.
Yeah.
Everything he does is a laugh. And so Eddie Hearn, MDK, this is probably the biggest, and then Top Rank as well with McConnell and
Carl as well. Yeah.
I mean, they do the Phil every year in Belfast, and it's huge. It's going to get bigger and bigger every year. So probably I don't know. It's so hard to say. There's just big ones: Top Rank and the Zone, and then MTK for management and promotion.
For sure. I think like on a slightly more local scale, especially for us in Ireland, MTK are what they're doing is exceptional. Like
the people in Ireland that turn pro, most of them wouldn't be pro if it wasn't for MTK.
Exactly.
They wouldn't be getting the fights. I'd be retired now if it wasn't for MTK. You wouldn't be getting the fights in Ireland or in England. They're proper dominating the UK with their small shows, and they're making exciting fight after exciting fight. In-house fights, like MTK v MTK a lot of the time.
Yeah, definitely.
There's just a force of your egg when they're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's good to see.
100%. Yeah, no, definitely can't back that up enough. So we'll push on then to talk about your weight division, which is an unbelievably stacked division, especially on the world scene. But in Britain, I know in Ireland we have some good, like you fought Dara Foley, one of our best 140s. Declan Geraghty just moved up, and he's come out and said he's going to fight at 140 at super lightweight. I mean, so I think it's getting better in Ireland. Sean McComb is obviously fighting at 140 as well.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, Anto Upton as well. And I fought a load of 140s. Fought like Sean Craig, Jake Haney, Anto Upton, Dara Foley. That's 4 140s in Ireland. I mean, it's always been a busy weight. There's Victor Robbie as well, and like it's always been a good weight and an exciting weight in Ireland. But yeah, it's getting good. Obviously,
if you
Dan moved up, so
who's that has moved up? But Declan, yeah, of course.
I think it's a smart move for him. He's a tall lad. I was sparring him for the last camper, and he's tall. And it's not like he doesn't hit. Like he's not strong enough to be in that weight, because he is strong enough to be in that weight. So
100%.
that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very interested to see how that goes for him. When I spoke to him, he seemed to think it's gonna make the world a difference to him, because he's not gonna be so drained, basically. But if you had to rate your top 5 in Britain, which I think is probably there's obviously a lot more fighters to choose from, and it's probably a little bit more competitive.
McKenna.
So obviously you're gonna rate yourself number 1.
Right, take me out of it.
Well, Josh Taylor.
Josh Taylor
is the best in me. I don't think anyone can argue with that.
We'll go Josh Taylor, Jack Catterall.
I've a few names there, right? I've a few names. So if you can pick from these names, I think I've picked probably the best names, right? So you got Josh Taylor, Jack Catterall, Terry Flanagan, Lewis Ritson, Ohara, and then I have you in there as well if you want to rank yourself. But if you want to take yourself out, we have Robbie Davis Jr. then as well.
Yeah, so I think that is probably the 5 best ones there. So I'd say it goes Josh Taylor, country male, then Jack Catterall, then see Terry Flanagan. He's class, but he hasn't been fighting anyone recently. Like, it's hard to say if he's actually still good or not, because I haven't seen him have it being a fight in a way.
Would it be a fight you're interested in?
Yeah, 100%. I actually wanted it a few times, but I genuinely think he's lightweight, and he's just ranked in my weight.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't fought a championship fight yet, so he's just ranked in my weight. I don't think, because I asked for it before, and he said he's actually lightweight. He doesn't want to fight. Yeah.
I mean, I suppose I rank him in there because he fought in the Golden Contract term. He fought in the WBSS. He lost to Regis Prograis in the first round.
Yeah.
But and he obviously fought Maurice Hooker for the title as well, the WBO title. So, he's obviously campaigned a bit at 140, but definitely you'd probably have to say his best days were definitely at lightweight. But could be a good fight. So who do you think after
that? Lewis Ritson and then Robbie Davis Jr.
Yeah. So you're not putting O'Hara in there, no? No. I mean,
way down the list after.
So I suppose you're extremely confident going into the fight then. Have you thought much about the fight? Have you thought about your approach to the fight?
Yeah, every day. I have to. I believe that if he has a serious, and like I usually think, he'll have a couple of flaws that'll exploit. He has a serious amount of flaws that'll exploit. I think he's overlooking him now because he's talking about Anthony Fowler so much, which is kind of confusing. And he's flat-footed. He's slow. He has to set himself if he wants to throw punches. He doesn't have a good defense. He's not agile on his feet. There's just so many wrong with him. It's ridiculous. The only thing he's got good is a punch bar, and that's it.
He does punch very hard, of course.
What is going to happen when a guy punches out hard and hits a steel fucking chin? And I smile at him and I wave him on. It's going to break his heart. The man has no heart as well. It's an art flaw he has. So there's so much flaws. It's ridiculous.
Wow. So you there's no way.
No. He's not
too much in your too many advantages for you against. There's too many flaws on his side.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, he has one advantage, not devastating power, but that's all he has.
Yeah, I suppose you have to be able to land the power, and I suppose that's your point. The very, very, very last thing I'll ask you, Tyrone, and I thank you again so much for your time. I know we're getting close. Obviously I wanted to talk then about the world 140s. Who do you think there? Who would you rate as maybe your top 5, and who are some names that you would like to aim for who are kind of within that world title? Maybe don't have world titles right now, but maybe there's a lot of good former world champions still knocking around the top there. Top contenders.
I looked at the top. I think it was, I don't know, 20. I think it was in, and a while back, and I've seen a few names. There's some great fighters that I'd love to fight. Like Chris Algieri, I'm ranked above him. I'd love to fight with him.
That's a good fight.
I think Ceruso's a brilliant fight that I've asked for before. That didn't happen, but I would love to fight him, Alex Ceruso, whatever it's called. And then obviously all the world champions I want to fight because you want to fight for a world title. So
Of course.
I'd love to fight anyone. I just want hard fights. I love hard fights. I love.
You're addicted to those big black eyes.
Yeah, so I don't want a fighter that goes that's there because they run away and it's they make fights boring. So I'll not fight anyone like that. But anyone's like a wee Mexican style, going forward, going hard at it, I'll fight anyone. And say I think me and Chris Algieri would be a great fight.
Yeah, I think that's very intriguing fight.
He thinks he's brilliant at cooking, and I think I'm brilliant at cooking. So
I think we need to get a cook. We need to get a cook-off organised here first. Build the tension a little bit, you know.
Gordon Ramsay can judge it. That'll be fucking brilliant. right before the fight.
100%. Come here. I tell you what. Rate me the top 5 at 140, if you can. And we have a few names there as well, but I think probably they pick themselves, a lot of them. But say, for example, Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez, Regis Prograis, Ivan Baranchik, Maurice Hooker, Postol, Robert Easter, and Kirill Relic, I think is a good list.
Do you know what's weird? Relic's not that highly ranked.
Relic isn't highly ranked, but he's really, really good. And he only lost his world title one fight ago.
I think I was ranked either above him or just below him. And I was like, why is he way down here? Well, it's not way down, but 20 odds, like, or 20th.
Yeah.
So, I think obviously Josh Taylor, I think country mile ahead of everyone. I love Josh Taylor.
Yeah, he's exceptional.
And then I think Victor Postle's brilliant as well, you know. I was actually offered to fight with him once, but I couldn't fight him. But maybe he's number 2. But I don't know. He had a good fight with Josh Taylor as well. Man. That was such a fight.
Yeah.
But maybe Josh Taylor 2 and Ramirez 3. I mean, Ramirez is class as well. Him and Maurice Hooker had a great fight. It's hard to.
Regis Prograis? Because I think a lot of people would probably have Regis as maybe number 2.
I forgot about him actually.
Yeah.
He's second. And then Victor Postel, and then Ramirez, and then probably I seen someone the other day. He was up like number 7 or something, and he's like, I think he's American. Do you have his name down there?
Robert Easter Jr. Could it be?
Is he unbeaten? Is he?
I think he's unbeaten. He was a lightweight world champion, and then I think he's moved up since. But he's one of those guys, I think, he's exceptionally good, but he's not really been promoted particularly well. He's in and out. He's not fighting that often. You know, like there's a lot of those guys in America who are exceptional, but they stop start and they can't get the momentum that they need. But if you see, I think he's kind of one of those guys, maybe not to the same extent as like a Gary Russell Jr. or someone like that. But yeah, he's not as much in the public eye anyway. But he's a quality operator. It could be him.
There's anything above top 10 or lethal, like they're are for a reason, like so.
Yeah, definitely. It's a stacked division, though, isn't it? I have to say, it's exceptional. The depth of talent in that 140 pool is
very nice. I look at my you get box rack points, and I've looked at like a few other weights, and if I had my points in every other weight, I'd be like top 10 or top fucking like, in single digits. But mine's so fucking stacked that you're having to fight fucking killers to get anywhere. Yeah,
definitely. But I mean, I was looking at your box rack ranking there, and you're 22, I think, currently. I mean,
I know it's good. It's
very high. Like that's very high. You know what I mean? So you're on the right track. That's for sure, Tyrone. Look, man, I'm gonna let you go. But first of all, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And secondly, I'm looking forward to the Tyrone Olympics when we resume to some sort of normality, and hopefully we can speak again in the future at some stage.
No problem. Brilliant. Legend. See ya.
Absolute legend. Thanks very much, brother. See you later.